Hello, my beautiful, soulful friends. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. I'm sitting in my sunroom. My name is Sunny, and I am just trying to get as much of the sun in as I can. It's super overcast right now. You can't tell because my phone won't pick it up, but it's super overcast, and I'm just sitting here working on some planting, giving my plant babies some new soil, some fresh food. And we last night my husband and I, we brought in our outdoor plants to the inside because it was supposed to get really, really cold. So I'm trying to find homes for them, places for them to go. But yes, I am back, and I just figured while I'm taking a little bit of a break, I would come on here and chat about something that has been in my mind for a little bit. And as you all know, I am really intrigued with the low waste movement. I am interested in any way that I can lower my personal carbon footprint and my family's carbon footprint on this earth. My goal is to leave it at least in the same condition, if not better, than when I was born. I hate the idea of leaving it worse than than I started when I was brought into this beautiful place, our earth. So my husband and I have been talking a lot about how we can really, what role do we play in lessening our carbon footprint? What role do we play in helping our earth? And we try to compost, we grow our own food as much as we can, especially in the summer months. And a part of what I'm doing today is about to work on growing our indoor garden so that we are growing our own food all year long. But we also, try to not have single-use plastic. And if we do have single-use plastic, we try to reuse it as much as we can. So just, there were little steps that we are already taking to lessen our carbon footprint. But one thing that we know we can do, and we talked about this in great detail a couple of weekends ago, is to lessen our meat consumption. For those who do not know, eating meat is, everyone's diet and dietary choices are theirs to make, and we make them for personal reasons. But I will say that for every pound of meat, it takes about 24,000 gallons of water to create that pound. That's a lot of water, especially considering not everyone in the US has access to clean water, let alone the world. So if we can lessen our meat consumption, we feel that it would be a great benefit to our earth. And we're just 4 people trying to do the best that we can, but I do feel like that would help everything a little bit. We at one point did identify under the vegan label, and if you're interested in learning why I will never be vegan again or never identify as a vegan, I can talk about that in a future video. Just let me know. But I do not plan on being vegan. I do plan on being heavily plant-based, and my family will be heavily plant-based as well. We consume a lot of plants as is, especially being that we grow our own food and as much as we can, but really just lessening our meat consumption. So instead of having meat 2 to 3 times a day, which we really don't, but on occasion that does happen, instead of doing that, we're really going to focus on having meat. No. We're really going to focus on having meat around 3 times a week instead of having it daily, which I feel will be, sorry, my little one's here. I'm trying to y'all know I don't show her face, so I'm trying to make sure she's not showing her face. Okay, so as I was saying, so we're switching over to an 85-15 rule, and that rule is 85% plant-based, 15% animal protein. The one thing that we will for sure cut out is dairy products. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't need that stuff in my body anyway. And based off my daughter, my 4-year-old, she is likely also lactose intolerant based off how her digestive system is after having dairy, and also after talking with the doctor and describing her issues, she likely is lactose intolerant. So it's not like we really need to be eating that much dairy to begin with. But that is one thing that we will cut out. We will still very likely consume fish and chicken and other forms of animal-based protein, including the eggs that we get from our chickens. But like I said, not eating meat daily, definitely not more than once a day. And I am really looking forward to making this transition and making it a conscious transition, because although we eat very heavily on the plants now, we do not have any conscious efforts to make sure we are limiting our meat consumption. So I think just having that as something that's constantly in the back of our head will be very, very beneficial. And it will also inspire me to be more creative in the kitchen. Just last night, I made something that I probably wouldn't have made a month ago. I made some lasagna roll-ups that were filled with sweet potato mash and a mixture of sweet potatoes and spinach, and it was honestly so freaking good. I will be sharing that recipe because it was bomb. And so I'm excited about getting creative in the kitchen. I have some experience with vegan and plant-based cooking because, like I said, we did identify with that label a few years ago, and I also had the opportunity to work in a vegan eatery back when I was in grad school that I loved, and I learned quite a bit while working there. It was vegan, gluten-free, and allergen-free, so I didn't have any like nuts in any of the food or soy or anything like that, and the food was amazing. So I will you need help? I will be using my past experience with vegan cooking this time around, but also I'm excited because there's so much happening in the vegan community from what I've seen on like Instagram and on Pinterest, and there's so many creative recipes. You want this? Online. So I'm excited to be able to learn more and to get more inspired. So yeah, I'm super excited about combining what I have learned in the past to the whole new world of vegan and plant-based cooking. Like I said, the last time I identified as a vegan or plant-based person was 5 years ago, and there has been so much improvement and just explosion in flavors and taste and combinations of food. So I'm super, my interest is piqued. I want to get in the kitchen and just start like experimenting and learning what I can. So I'm really excited about that. And as I've mentioned before, my whole thing is starting where you are with what you have, not worrying about if it's going to be perfect. I am not, like I said, ever going to commit myself to being 100% vegan, but I do believe that 85-15 is a realistic, attainable goal. And even if that means for you that having one meatless day a week, that's a beautiful place to be. Meatless Monday is a thing for a reason. It is popular, and it's been around for years now, I think since like early 2000s. And many people follow that. And I do believe that having one meatless day a week is a beautiful thing. And if you can start to eliminate meat in other areas of your life and having more plant-based options, I think that's really cool. And sometimes that could be as simple as switching your cow's milk to an almond milk when you have your coffee or your cereal in the morning. And it doesn't have to be this be-all, end-all, or else, right? And I think that that's what draws a lot of people or turns a lot of people away from being plant-based or being low waste. It's this idea that we have to be perfect. And I'm here to say you don't. You don't have to be perfect. Start where you are, do what you can, and forget the rest. Don't worry about the things you can't do. Control what you can. Control the areas in your life and in your lifestyle that you can. And I think that's enough. So I will be sharing a recipe. My goal is to share one recipe a week, and I'm super excited about that because that gives me a little bit of a direction and, like I said, an inspiration to continue making videos, and I'm pumped. I'm excited. So if you are also excited and you want to learn more about plant-based cooking and low waste, please stick around. I would love to have you subscribe if you are not already, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for returning, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Remember to go out there, do some good for others, do some good for yourself, and to not be a problematic little you know what. All right, see you later. Bye.